Like, the game,
When
even
I
though
do
it's a
that,
tutorial segment where the game is teaching you how to, like, put on disguises and all this shit, if you just rip out a gun and just start shooting everybody in the head, they'll be like,
What the
well, okay, you
fuck?
did it, you win.
And then
when
Jack.
I do that, I get
Why are they all
arrested.
in latex?
I don't know what to tell you.
And then
There is no given story reason.
it's just because they match the blackness of the normal
Just
outfits.
to look
and they're
cool,
like,
I guess.
Yeah, it's a fetish game, okay?
I mean, Absolution might be a fetish game. It certainly has some things that feel fetish gamey. Like the bit where you kill a retarded man with an ice cream truck.
I thought it needed to like play Twisted Steel for that kind of shit.
Was he retarded or was he just?
Yes, yes, he is retarded. It honestly makes me feel quite bad when you kill him. Honestly, he just starts crying.
I thought that was just. Oh, he talks weird. Okay.
He says "hodl" a lot.
Yeah, you're looking up the video, right? No, he's genuinely, like, mentally ill, and you are physically not allowed to leave that level in such a way that it's not implied that you kill him. Like, even if you just go, he is implied to die of dehydration.
Oh,
Damn it.
and you can't bring him with you.
Oh man, that level has so much shit in it. Like there's a lot of stuff in
If
it.
you don't feel bad about it, it's a cool level. You can kill him in like 100 different ways. It's just, you know, as much as I hate retards, I don't feel right about murdering one while he's just sniveling and crying and didn't really do anything wrong. I mean, he did. He shot somebody. He did do wrong, but he didn't understand it was wrong.
What I did.
I like the bit where Jack of Blades come over in Hitman and beat up Hitman because he was so much better.
Ah yes, Jack of Blades. Everybody's favorite Fable character.
Sure.
Fable? Fable.
I mean, I have to admit, he's got style.
Oh god, that's a creep. Why is it going fast? He's like sprinting towards me. There's two of them. What the fuck?
What are you talking about?
I was in a
Creepers.
cave and then this creeper like runs at me. Like they use well maybe it's perspective.
That was Shia LaBeouf.
The Shia LaBeouf is green? Okay.
Yeah, Vixie gets the reference. Yay!
I also get the reference.
Me too.
It's a humorous video. There was like a mod in RimWorld that just puts a small chance of you being raided by a single guy called Shia LaBeouf. And he has an axe which does 100 more damage than any other axe in the game.
Oh,
It's just called Shia's axe. That's all the mod does. You can even, like, capture him and recruit him, but he does have a tendency to go nuts.
as do we all.
Man, I love that game.
I haven't done many runs of RimWorld, but I've done some fun ones. I found a mod pack called Flesh. And it basically has all this, like, human rights violation stuff. And
That's normal.
it's fun, alright?
we got.
Oh,
flying
crap.
guys.
I haven't slept for a while.
Yes, officer.
Yeah, the
I
flying
did.
guys.
Can we go to bed?
I mean, I would love to go to bed.
Yeah.
Not only was I following orders, I made a few of my own along the way.
But yeah, so I made all but one of my characters into illithids, which are a thing in D&D that, like, infect you with a brain parasite and just turn you into one of them.
I thought they were the mind flayers, but okay.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
That mind flayers are the same thing.
Oh, okay.
But that's just how they make more of them. In that, like, the central thing in the new game,
Oh yeah, absolutely. I see.
Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, which I've only played. I think the early release of it so far.
It's like D&D but a video game, right?
It's meant to be
Yes.
5e, but a video game. Don't know
should-
about the
that sounds
entirety of
fun.
D&D.
So,
Is it
but yeah,
multiplayer?
I made my colony was mainly illithids, and then I would. So illithids are immune to mutations,
That's
but
good.
I would fucking get these mutation meteorites landing at my base, and that build a kill wall such that everyone who tries to enter my base to fight me has to go past the mutating meteorites. So before they can reach me, they're all like fucking cow people. With growing cat
Halo,
ears
where
or
are you?
hooves, so they can't shoot very well because you can't hold a gun with paws.
That's not a mod, right? That's.
It is a series of mods. As I said, it's a mod pack
Oh yeah. You said that.
called Flesh. And I could do stuff like turn corpses into hydroponics basins. Like I
Halo.
can grow flowers inside a corpse. All sorts of stuff like that. So I captured one person who had paralytic abasia, which basically means they're a free colonist you just get, but they're unusable until they've been in a coma for like 90 days, say. And I was like, well, if you're gonna be useless to me, I'm gonna make you useful. So I gave him udders. I cut off his arms and legs. And I just started milking him.
Halo, where are you?
I'm on my farm. What?
And
Come,
then
come to your village.
Okay.
I also operated on him to make him staggeringly ugly. I sex changed him in 2 different ways.
Oh wow.
Like what I mean by that is in game there is a visual sex change and there is a biological sex change, and I did both to him.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But
Was
I also started feeding him Chukmorph eggs, which
Well, that's not
gradually
what I meant to
turn
do.
people into.
Look what I
into-
gave you, got you.
It's a villager. What's his name?
I don't know. He don't have a name, but
Look,
he's taking to your house.
he's in my house.
What am I
What did
supposed to
he-
write
what
on the
is he
gravestone,
become?
Vixie?
He's taking this.
He's an
with
arrow
pressure.
salesman. He sells arrows.
So, this armless, legless nugget I made, this milk machine. Instead of feeding him real food, I would just constantly feed him Chukmorph eggs. And what Chukmorph eggs do is they gradually turn a colonist into a chicken, very slowly, piece by
You're
piece.
welcome. I will
you.
bring other.
Thank you. We can buy
And-
arrows now, guys.
Once I accidentally fed him too many Chukmorph eggs in a row, and he turned into a full chicken. So I slaughtered him and used him as food.
Yeah.
Then I captured another paralytic aphasia and just turned them into my milk machine.
When are you going to realize your story's not that interesting, man?
It's
No, no.
interesting for people who are actually listening.
It's true. I heard you were deforming your colonists and giving them utters and changing their genders and.
I will admit, I said the illithids are immune to mutation. Not actually true, they just don't visually show it on the sprite or get annoyed by it. But I did have a lot of illithids that, if you read the description, they were actually walking around with, like, giant scorpion claws and venom sacs that had to be constantly milked.
I require milking. Sir.
Milking venom sacs. That does sound awesome.
There is, like, a debuff that you get for... If a colonist hasn't given in to the fact that they've been mutated, it'll be like, someone milked me. That made me sad. But then, like, they can lose their humanity, and then they will act like an animal from then on. They're no longer a full colonist, but they're now perfectly fine with you milking them, and even will like request it.
Is this something you're
No,
doing to your
please,
colonists
sir.
or your prisoners? Because that's pretty fucked up
I
stuff.
do it to both. The colonists, it happens by accident, because every now and then I'll be like, don't go around the meteorite that mutates people, and they're like, I'm gonna take this path to pick up that piece of wood that takes me past the meteorite, even though it's a mile away from the piece of wood. I'm like, God damn it, you moron.
It's
Now I'm gonna have to
quicker.
stop milking you too.
And they're like, don't milk me. Oh no, that would
But-
really be a bummer.
What are you
My
doing,
actual prisoners,
bro?
I would either hideously mutate or I'd jam them with the illithid parasite and turn them into one of my proper colonists.
Oh god. Remy,
Make
you're
them
a
into
monster.
mind flayer squid people.
You're a monster.
The actual head of my colonist was a single android woman. She was
Oh,
the
they
most
have leaders
immune
now?
to mutation. They actually can't be mutated.
Oh, I see. That would make
They have
sense.
colony leaders now.
Actually, yes, but
Nice.
that is long after when the thing I did happened. I just made them the leader, de facto.
Headcanon.
Oh, okay.
They were the one with the highest skills who I tried to keep alive the most.
I always felt like
we had
those.
somebody go to the loom. What's this do?
The loom is where I made those banners. That's like it's a fabric tool.
Oh, we have a shepherd.
He should be able to
It's
sell us
cheap hard.
dye. He should be able to sell us dyes and flags or something. Banners.
Over here.
No diamonds, but
I will say, I'm not very good at Rimworld.
Really?
They need
he's only
quite a
selling us.
few.
He's only selling us wool. I would have thought he'd sell us dyes as well.
Maybe at some point later on.
They do upgrade as you,
Yeah,
as
the
you
more you
sell and buy.
interact. But 16 arrows for one emerald doesn't sound like such a bad deal.
Which way is it going?
oh, you should check the.
We pay them 1 emerald for 16 hours.
That's not terrible.
That's not terrible.
You should.
right?
There was a guy, one of the masons, who accepted like 10 pieces of clay for emerald. Like he'd give you an emerald for 10 pieces
Oh,
of clay.
you mean as in fucking the Villager Masons? Jesus Christ! I just thought you were telling us a random anecdote about Charles Manson or something.
No! Someone had already discovered clay before me. This is an outrage.
Well, that's why there's not really that much around the swamp side, because I mined it all just to get a bunch of emeralds, and I just made it a block and put it in front of my doorstep.
So,
That's
guys,
my-
I have been flattening this piece of mountain.
Good job.
Good job. You teach that Kilimanjaro.
I'm planning
Hear
on
me.
building a house, okay?
And you have to level a mountain to do it?
I like leveling things.
I should take you to the not the Grand Canyon, Mount Rushmore. That's the one.
You know that
No.
episode of Rick and Morty where it's like, witness true level, and he just starts coming? That's me.
What?
What?
Witness true level. Remind me, what are you talking about?
He's just, he's trying to make sure something is level, and Morty pulls out like a
Oh,
bubble
yeah.
thing, and he's like, "You think that will work?" Like, "Oh, it works pretty well. It's just, would you like to experience true level? Fine."
You mean a soul gauge, by the way. But
Yeah,
yeah.
fine. Over your little puck.
Yeah, I remember. He's like fucking. He can never go back to the unflat world again.
Yeah, it's one of the memories that has to be removed.
The mind blowers.
It's so crooked.
That was a fun episode.
It was.
I mean, I guess that was their attempt to replace the interdimensional cable, and it did okay.
I think it was good.
Yeah, I think it was good. I still think I would have rather see another interdimensional cable, which should be its own spin-off at that point. But
I'd be happy for it to exist as a spin-off, but I do think I actually preferred the Morty's Mindbenders episode myself.
okay. Okay.
It had more story relevance and therefore
Oh
was
yeah,
more amusing to
absolutely.
me.
There's no denying it.
I like it when things are weaved into the plot.
I like it when they go 50-50, you know, sometimes they don't do it and sometimes they do, but it has been...
I wasn't
it has
personally
been
a fan of the Jerry stuff in the second television episode.
What, when he was living on his own and he dated...
No, the one where his testicles can be a heart.
His testicles. Oh yes, his penis could be a replacement heart, not his testicles. Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah. I thought that was
That
okay.
movie.
I didn't hate it. I didn't like it.
No, you hated it. Just admit it. You thought it should have been your penis to be converted into an alien heart.
I'm letting that one go. I don't think anything more needs to be said.
I mean, I kind of dig that, like, everyone hates him for just not giving up his penis, and it's like...
And then the moment he does want to give it up, he creates a situation where everyone hates him again. It's I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just don't like it. Like I don't think it's bad. I just don't enjoy it myself.
Sure you do. What's the call it? I think Jerry is actually an okay character.
His characterization kind of shifts a bit depending on the episode. Not much, but sometimes he feels redeemable, and sometimes it's just like he should die. He should actually die.
It's like that. I think the last episode that was Jerry focused with those demons who get off at pain and whatever else. That was pretty fun. It's like
It also feels a bit off.
They enjoy his company because he's such an unbearable person to be around. And I think it's like...
The concept is fine, but I feel like this late in the game, that should be done with someone other than Jerry.
I don't think it could be. Could you imagine Summer or Morty? I mean...
No, I think they could have introduced a new character.
Oh, okay. That's quite a commitment for a character they basically already have a suitable
Well,
use
no,
for.
that's the thing. They'd gone through all this character arc stuff with Jerry to try and make him a bit generally better, and then just kind of walked it back with that episode. Because, I don't know, they could have made like a really hyper tedious character
Yeah.
that was just introduced.
So do you not like Jerry as a character?
Sometimes I do. He's not consistent, so I can't really pick one.
Right.
They change the way he acts depending on the episode.
I'm sure. I think the whole point of him is like he's the opposite of Rick in the sense that you know, if you give him an opportunity to better himself or give him the powers of gods and shit, he's gonna find a way to screw it up. Where that's like a lot of people.
That is how he begins,
Yeah.
but they deliberately show him getting better, and then they just kind of forget that.
Oh yeah. Back to the writers changing the whole approach and.
Yeah, it's like how many times does Fluttershy have to learn to be more assertive before it fucking sticks?
That's a good point. But nobody noticed. Shh.
I haven't seen the later seasons, but I get the impression that part of the reason they stopped focusing on the original 6 main characters was because of that. It's like we have actually solved their
Heard a
problems,
cat.
we should stop giving them the same problems again.
I don't know. I think that the new characters probably had a lot of thought behind them. So
I mean, you can have a lot of thought behind things that you had an originally different motivation for.
sure.
Why am I hearing a cat?
Because ats are a thing that happen in this game.
I mean, I know, but
I've got.
is it at?
The doctors say I have parasites. Like no joke. I went to the doctors today. I have fucking scarabs or whatever it's called.
Oh, Parasite the movie? Nice.
Scarabs.
Let me spell it out for you. SCAVIES.
Scabies?
Scabies. Yes, he said I had scabies.
I honestly don't know what that means, but nothing good.
No, it's. I mean, it's not
Chlamydia.
life-threatening, but there's a little skin parasites that live on the surface of my skin, and they're being real dicks, and they're making me itch all the time.
Have they given you something to help get rid of it?
I mean, not as the moment of right now, but at least they figured out what was happening. Why beforehand they just thought I had skin problems and gave me creams for utterly unrelated issues, which didn't work,
Alright,
of course.
so do you have an appointment to get like a prescription then?
Yeah, I've went to the pharmacy and they said they don't have it in, but they'll let me know as soon as they have it in. Yeah.
Well, then, the upshot of this is that it's really a good thing, that now you know what you have and the solution will be found.
It's not definite it's what it is, but it's very likely from the description.
Good luck.
I hope so too. I would very much like to actually sleep again. That would be nice.
I got a cat, guys.
Nice. Can
Oh,
I
you
have
fed
it?
it fish.
I gave it fish.
Cool.
let a
So
fish.
they have like an awkwardly long roam range, so I suggest you make it sit down somewhere.
You used my fish?
Well, I want to
Just
take
let
it
it-
into my room.
Try putting it on a lead. That
We
helps.
have a lead.
You can't put a cat on a leash.
Well, here's the
Yeah,
thing.
you
In
can.
this game, cats get a bit weird if you do that, but if you've tamed them and then do it, it works fine. Most
tamed it.
animals, even if you haven't tamed them, if you put a lead on them, they'll follow you. Cats, the lead will just stretch on forever. It has this weird glitch.
I go where I want to go. You cannot be undomitable.
I really had to go really fucking far for the lead to actually break, and then I couldn't find it again.
My
Become-
cat Halo.
Hello, Vixie. What you doing?
Look at my cat.
Oh, where's your cat? Oh, it's a kitty. It looks kind of like one of those Yorkshire Terriers. I think that's the dog I'm thinking of.
It got a yellow and a blue eye.
Yeah, I see that, and a pink
Your
nose.
sister, sure.
I'm sorry, by the way, that I haven't posted more pictures of Ember. She's very difficult to take photos of.
No, that lead seems to be working just fine. Not what you were
No,
describing.
I tamed the cat. That's why.
Ah,
Yeah,
It's
the,
okay,
the,
Rem.
the thing
Not all our-
fucks up only if they're untamed.
I see.
It's okay. Not all of our cats oscillate in a way that the shutter speed of our cameras can't capture them.
Maybe that was
Are
the
you referencing Artemis Fowl?
No.
intent. Was that a
Sad.
JoJo reference?
I wish more people had read Artemis Fowl so I could complain to them about it.
I could probably read it once I actually get to finishing this damn Mortal Engines book, which I haven't read since I last told you about it.
You would find it boring. It doesn't have any Nazis in it.
I mean,
Damn it!
well,
The ideology's there, so.
no, I said I mean well, hoping I'd come up with something, but I couldn't.
Well, I thought
There
you were
are
gonna
not
say that-
Nazis in Artemis Fowl.
Well, maybe there are, I don't know, government structures within it that are emulative of that, which I wouldn't be surprised of.
I mean, there are, like, evil foreign people, but the main character's Irish, so evil foreign people includes Americans.
Evil foreign people.
In fact, they, the guy from the Eternity Cube, who is the evil American in that, is very similar to the evil American in the Time Paradox. They're like basically the same guy.
Can cats eat the chicken?
I would
I
think so.
Don't know.
I don't see
You,
what
you
it
can't use it to tame them.
No, I know, but can I feed them with it? Wait, thought you were sitting.
Ah!
Get back here.
Yeah,
Oh, by
the
the
thing
way-
is, they will randomly sit down by themselves, and that won't count as you having made them sit down.
Come on.
Do they
Make
eat
them
rotten
sit
flesh?
down, then they'll stay in one place. But
Let's
If
go
they've done
to
it by
the
themselves.
bedroom.
Do they eat rotten flesh like dogs?
Uh-oh.
no.
Vixie's
But
But
Ah.
about to
dogs
experience.
eat all kinds of meat, which is quite useful.
Yeah, it is. Like, you can finally get rid of it. Annoying.
That skeleton! Fuck off.
Ow, I just stepped into lava. No, please don't die, please.
Has anyone other than me seen the dick flattening I've been doing to this mountain?
No, I don't know
No.
what you're up to.
Fair enough.
You'll have to show me at some point.
I mean, it's quite obvious. It's just sort of next to my house and the docks kind of thing.
Yo, I just drained this, like, pool of lava and those diamonds are underneath. Nice.
Cool. Unlike you.
Oh, I got 6 diamonds. Nice.
6.
Pretty
Okay,
good
no, they
hole.
cannot eat chicken.
The cats cannot eat chicken.
If I'm eating like a chicken thigh around Ember, I do usually give her like a tiny, tiny baby little bit because I feel
Cats
bad
like chicken.
with her watching me with those big old eyes, and then also fucking scratching my leg and trying to bite me with those big old teeth.
I think your cat might be a wolf.
Okay.
There's no such thing as a tabby wolf.
That's a shame. That would be cute, right?
Unlike some people.
Earlier today, she was in her GPU box where she sleeps, and she fell asleep, but she leaned her head over the side as she passed into sleep, and she fell all the way backwards and suddenly woke herself up.
It's
So
cute.
my mum and I were both watching, and we just started laughing.
It's one of those things that would be a hit YouTube video, but you didn't record it.
I know.
But at least you got to experience it with your eyeballs.
I do appreciate that she actually uses her bed.
Yeah, my cat did not.
It is the cardboard box my new graphics card came in, but it is the bed we set out for her.
Speaking of graphics cards, I want to buy a new computer. Do you have any suggestions of what I should get?
Oh, what I have a suggestion for is there is a website. I know, one of my friends just sent me some pornography.
I mean,
Is
understand,
Is it
I
a
don't
mutual
wanna...
friend?
No, someone who actively dislikes you.
Oh, is it
Yeah.
the Dark Souls?
Yeah, the person I interact with most of all. I know. How does it feel? I think it's PC Parts Picker. Yeah. Let
Yeah.
me just send you the link.
I was gonna say, I don't want to build my own computer, you understand? I want
Oh,
to buy
oh.
a whole one.
You just want to buy a whole computer?
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that because it's expensive, but I understand. In that case, I guess you could still look at PC Part Picker to have a check of like what parts fit together.
I mean, do they say, like, the price of the drives so I know I'm not gonna get screwed over?
Yeah, you do get the prices of things.
Did you get pre-built ones? Like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to get a
as in, like,
pre-built
you haven't-
one, but I also don't want to get screwed over, like the...
So, well, okay, so what you can do is look up pre-built ones and then put what they are into PC Part Picker and check what the actual price of them would just be as parts.
Right. Okay, I'll do that. Sure, thank you, Ram.
Yeah,
Where are you?
I built mine from scratch because I'm that kind of guy.
I hope to build mine from scratch. I was
How
gonna,
much
but,
cheaper would it have been? Come on.
It can be over 100 cheaper to build it yourself.
100 single pounds.
it depends on what you're going for. If you go for like a budget build.
The labor you would put into that would cost more than £100, sure.
Yeah, but
I mean, it took me one day, which the last time I had a job, one day's work was about 80 quid.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
therefore, I saved money on my own labor.
I suppose you also enjoyed doing it as well, didn't you?
Well, there was the satisfaction of opening everything, and then the "oh god, is it broken?" 100 times whenever anything went wrong. I am so shocked that all I had to do in the end was flip one cable upside down and it worked.
There's a creeper inside my house.
So what, you turned it on for the first time and it didn't work and you're like, oh no, no. what
Yeah, I
am
was
gonna
like,
do?"
everything's fucked. I hate it. But then I was gonna just leave it. But then I got a glass of water. I went upstairs. I decided I want to be able to use a computer tomorrow. And so I undid the whole case. I went inside. I looked and I went, right, this one cable, the start cable, I'm gonna see what happens if I turn it upside down, because there were no indicators as to what the right way up was. So this is my first port of what could be wrong with it.
Yeah.
So I flipped it upside down, And from then on, it's worked perfectly, with no
Nice.
other alterations needed, to the point where it genuinely worries me. Because I am a computer coder, and when things work first time, that worries people.
'Cause they
You're
think-
supposed to spend ages remaking the same thing because you made a mistake.
Yeah, that's definitely something I don't want to do, because I know I'd fuck it up. But yeah, I'm happy it worked out for you so well.
I mean,
No,
it's not that I've been maintaining and adding new parts to my old PC for such a long time that I have a general skill base. The only thing that was new to me was the specific case I was using, and the idea of like putting a CPU on a motherboard, putting a CPU fan on top of that, sort of stuff. It was less
There's
complicated than
them.
I expected, but still terrible. Vixie, turn around.
Ooga booga.
Hi. You're looking at me.
I got a
Dude,
pleasant surprise.
Hello.
Hey,
I've been there the whole time.
come see my cat.
You come see my mountain.
Okay.
It's a deal.
It's nothing special about it yet, but look at how tall it was versus how tall
Oh,
it is.
shit. Got a little swimming pool too.
Yeah, that wasn't intentional, but it's there. Alright, I'll come look at your pussy.
It's in my room.
Absolute pun intended, surely.
This creeper blew out the ceiling and gravel just rained down on the crowded zombie that was chasing on me.
I can't believe it.
Nice.
What
Oh, your
is-
cat's in there. Whoop.
Holy crap, that's 3 creepers.
Who cares about the cat? I want to hear about the pussy.
I'm more of an anus kind of guy. Kitty!
Oh, that's
Hey.
right.
She's got heterochromia.
Yeah.
She
does.
also has made it so you can't open that chest.
I know.
She's a cat. Which
There's nothing in
means-
it anyway.
How do you grow mushrooms?
You know, I could kill your cat.
No.
I'm not gonna,
You could do a
but
lot
I
of things.
could.
I cherish this cat.
It means
And
What
look,
are you
it has
gonna
a
name
matching
this
collar
cat?
as Dio.
No.
Oh, it is still called Dio. It's been so
Yeah.
long. Anyway, I'm gonna put a lava bucket in your room. Toodles!
No. What? No.
That's
To be
what-
fair, I did that earlier, if you'll recall. For a good
Please
cause,
don't
but
do
it did happen.
again. It killed my pets.
You're a bad man, man. A
That is
real-
accurate, yes, I am a
real
bad
rebel,
person.
You know. You're a
Oh
maverick.
man, so my job center thing for like, oh, you're looking for work stuff has put me onto this agency. They're like, before we let you do all the things with this agency, we need you to fill out this wellness form. How often do you think about killing yourself? I'm like, fuck. Again with
Right.
Because
these.
it's truthfully.
Just lie.
Now,
Not
did
like
they
No,
say
I-
that answer truthfully?
I prefer to answer truthfully, and so I've just got into this work program going, I think about killing myself all the time. Also, this is my BMI.
It's like they must think you're lying on the forms when you answer it truthfully.
I did, like, I have actually met the person who's going to be reading these forms, and I did basically tell him in advance, like, I'm probably going to show up as a red flag on these things. I know I sound cheerful while I'm talking to you right now. I just sound chipper when I talk
myself.
about how incredibly self-loathing I am.
But really, you
It's
should
just
be
the way I be.
institutionalized.
Pardon?
But really, you should be institutionalized, yes.
I mean, there are times when I think it might help me.
Mm. Oh, I agree. I would love to like do the voluntary commitment thing and see if I could get helped.
It might be nice.
Yeah.
Like, people give electroshock therapy a bad rap. It has showed some positive effects.
Just ask Harley Quinn. You know? Oh, I saw the new Suicide Squad.
I liked it.
I
I didn't like Harley Quinn in it, but I
figured-
liked everything else.
Sure. I liked it more than the first one, but I didn't enjoy it that much.
I mean, anyone's gonna like more more than the first one.
Yeah.
I thought the character writing was honestly really good, apart from Harley Quinn.
And also, they killed Captain Boomerang super fast. That was annoying.
that was sad, but then they made me like the new characters, so I let it go.
Yeah.
What did make me sad was then they also killed Polka Dot Man.
I know. Yeah, Polka Dot Man was fun as fuck.
I was really invested in how he sees everyone as his mom.
I agree. He was really fun, and I too.
Hey,
was
Polka
great.
Dot Man, that's your mom.
You know who that is? It's your mum.
I admit I'm a fucking bigot and just prefer it when people have English accents. So I was just really I liked the main character of that one a lot more than Deadshot, in part just because he's from the UK.
To be fair, I
British.
completely forgot about Deadshot in the original.
Rubatanium.
I mean, there are other reasons to like Bloodsport more than Deadshot, like the fact that he's just better. But I also prefer my action heroes to be English, typically.
And he was the other guy, the fucking.
Would make
freedom
things more
guy.
different.
I do also I like Nick Cage. He gets a pass, but just as a general rule, like one of the reasons I really like the Crank movies is that they're these really hyper American, ooh, fuck you, fuck bitches, get money, kill everyone movies. But the main character is just unaccountably an Englishman. I don't know why, but he is.
Mm. It's because you're gays.
What was that movie called? The Three Lions?
Four Lions.
It's the
Four
Three
Lions.
Musketeers.
It's like they're all Muslim, but they're like thick British.
Yep.
That was funny.
Why are you in there, sir?
That's funny.
Hey.
The thing about Four Lions is it does that thing that I like, but that is sad.
Oh yeah.
What? Kill Smithy? Kill Smithy?
Well, I like dark comedies, and one of the things I like about dark comedies is when they're like, by the way, you realize that all the characters you like can just fucking die. Like, this is dark for a reason. And, yeah. Four Lions, the ending ain't happy. It's funny, but it's really sad.
I'm gonna also watch The Legend of the Five Rings soon, because, you know. I
have heard nothing positive about the concept, but I haven't heard anything about the film itself yet.
Right. Well, it's bound to be better than Black Widow, is all I'm saying. Because that was a fucking trash.
It could be.
Bound to
It's
be.
a different movie, so it has the potential to be better.
Yeah, but Black Widow sucked.
That's true.
It's very true. Don't argue with me this. Don't argue with me this room. It's gonna be better.
I'm not confident with modern Marvel being modern Marvel that they won't find a way to make everything worse than the last thing they made.
Really? I mean, what was the other modern Marvel movies they've released lately? I can think
Oh,
of.
oh god.
To be fair, mainly they've been releasing terrible TV shows, not movies.
I mean, I enjoyed Loki and I enjoyed WandaVision.
I can see how somebody can enjoy the aesthetics of them, but they are fucking abysmally written. Yes. Loki makes no fucking sense, especially not with the character of 2012 Loki.
Oh, sure. He's a completely different Loki. There's no question about that.
Which makes no sense.
Yeah.
Because he is supposed to be the 2012 Loki. And they just character swap him for no reason. The time system also makes no sense. There's no reason why it has the 80s aesthetic. I like the 80s aesthetic, but it doesn't make sense. Because it actively gets in the way of the way the TSA works.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you just, like, overanalyze it a bit too much.
Maybe I'm just overanalyzing how every single thing doesn't make sense. Oh boy, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a bunch of alternate timelines by throwing these grenades that remove alternate timelines.
That's true.
That doesn't make sense, Sylvie, you retard.
Yeah, they're meant to delete timelines, not create them. That's weird. That one I definitely have to agree was a bit of a plot hole.
I went through... So while I was playing Dark Souls for the 100th time with that person that doesn't like horse, He
Yeah.
tried to, for like an hour, defend Loki to me, and I went through and I was like, right, I'm gonna try to fix for you. I'm gonna try my best faith interpretation of how the time travel works. I'm gonna make up stuff for the show so that it makes sense.
Mhm.
And I went on for like an hour, and she was like agreeing, like, yeah, I guess that helps it make sense. And then at the end, she went, now I know I like the show, but the last scene makes everything you just did to try and fix it make it still make no sense. And I'm like, well, it can't be fixed then.
Well, they should just have you. Oh my god! There's a friggin' slime on my farm rooting up all the vegetables. That son of a bitch.
Oh, they can do that?
Yeah,
You
apparently so.
hungry?
Wow, I didn't know that. That's annoying of them.
Yeah.
Also
Hungry.
I remember animals could, like, eat your plants. I think they can still. They still can.
I think it's because the slime is like jumping, and that's like
Yeah.
yeah.
Undoubtedly.
But go on, Loki apparently sucks.
Here's the thing. I definitely find the aesthetics and some of the individual scenes and concepts cool. They just don't make sense. As I say, it can be enjoyable to watch, definitely, even for me. It's just that the writing is really bad at making any of the things that are in it make sense. The characters are not consistent. Like, it doesn't help that it's part of the whole Marvel expanded universe, which really fucks up the way it works. Like, Loki's core conceit, the idea that any time a timeline split happens, it gets deleted, that means that every decision made by every character in the entire MCU is pointless because Kang made it.
That's true.
Which is really bad. Because it destroys the stakes of every single scene in every previous movie.
Who's gonna
Because
watch
they
all-
didn't make that decision, Kang did. But also, he mysteriously just lets the Avengers get away with it in Endgame for no reason.
But it reflects real life philosophy. Do you know if we have free will? You don't know.
Just to be clear, I wouldn't mind it if it was a new thing that was in a new property that was exploring that. Rick and Morty does that a bunch of times.
Yeah.
But you expect me to care about everything that happened in the past when now I know it had no meaning?
Well, they wanted to make money on a very popular character. So, of
They
course,
could have done it without fucking it up.
Nah.
That's all you had to do. But like when I was trying to make sense of it, I'm like, okay, to begin with, in order for things for the plot lines to not be ruined, Loki has to exist in it. Like the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe has to exist in a non-deterministic universe, which means that things do not happen because of past events. They happen because of random chance that isn't based on past events. Like, there must be somewhere a hole in every universe in which a particle that exists outside of the universe can come in and change it that isn't a result of the universe itself existing. I already have to make all that up. This is the building block of making Loki make any sense at all.
I'm sorry, it makes it better because it introduces randomness instead of it was all that guy's choice of what happened.
No, because without that, the situation is such that he has to delete literally every other universe, of which there are infinite, in order to achieve any of his goals, which is impossible through the method that he uses, which is just people turning up.
I mean, it sounds like he had to delete those other timelines, otherwise it would be a constant war of those timelines trying to destroy each other anyway. I thought that was the point.
Well, it's literally just him that destroys them, so it isn't actually the timeline.
Oh,
it's
at
just...
the end, but his reasoning for destroying all the timelines is because there has to be just one timeline so he can assure there's not constant chaos.
And the reason for that is because any other timeline that contains a him will turn up into a war with him.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Thanks, I
point.
lost my experience.
So in order for his job to not be infinite, because therefore it becomes impossible, like genuinely, Marvel has to exist in a non-deterministic universe, such that not every decision creates an infinite number of other universes. There's a set small number that can gradually split in some. It's so hard to make this make any sense at all, and
Yeah.
none of this is explained by the show itself. I'm just making stuff up.
Yeah, I'm a little lost by your description myself. I guess I'm just not that smart.
It's
I was
it's
almost-
difficult to get through, but
Almost at 30 XP.
I did
There
like,
was-
I did like the hero's pub description. I haven't even got to the confusing part yet.
yeah, I'll be honest, I've forgotten some of what we got into, and it was somewhat of a back and forth. Like I would ask questions and then get answers and then change my theory to accommodate them. Unfortunately, we weren't recording, but I remember that being a function of it.
I can't. For some reason, I just don't heal sometimes, even though I'm at a full stomach. I know saturation is a thing, but I wish it would just let me eat more just to get more saturation.
One of the things that's a bit weird about Loki, the show, is that for some reason he just lets people beat the living shit out of him, even though he's a god with god powers.
I mean,
He is known to create clones randomly
Sure.
and just move out the way of people. He's supposed to be quite smart. He is much stronger than a human being, and yet lets human beings beat him up, which is a bit weird.
I mean, I guess that one was he's fighting people with weapons that are able to hurt gods. Yes.
No, I'm referring to the train where he just kind of gets thrown out by a bunch of ordinary people without those weapons.
Oh, I see what you mean. I mean, do you know how powerful those weapons were?
Doesn't really matter. He can dodge at super speed. They're just humans.
I don't think he demonstrated he has the ability of super speed. I know he can create illusions, and there's no excuse why he didn't do that, but
I mean, he definitely has superhuman strength, and as a result of that, he must therefore have a degree of superhuman speed. Because physically, your muscles must therefore do more work.
I mean, the Hulk hasn't demonstrated that kind of great speed, so...
I mean, he does. He can leap much faster than a human otherwise can.
He can propel himself upwards by force,
Yeah,
yes.
he can propel himself in any direction harder than a human can, and therefore displays a degree of superhuman speed.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I do recall him, like, outrunning tanks and shit like that, which are pretty fast.
Yeah, it's not like the Flash, but
Yeah.
30 miles an hour is 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, I forgot that. I concede that point, sure.
I do enjoy the music of Loki. If you want me to give me a positive, just a generic positive, I think the music is good. I like
I don't
it.
even remember the music, to be fair.
Well, I couldn't hum it. I just remember liking it.
Damn it.
That one's hummable. Oh, crap, right. This is the mountain that has the cave to Matthew's zone. Right. Fuck.
Okay.
I
It's
have made a
Matthew.
decision. A bad one.
I was gonna say. Just like mine.
Fuck, so much progress lost because I died once. I hate this EXP thing.
I
It
know.
takes so long.
I was level 40 once, remember, and I died. So shut up.
Horse, do you want to come look at my desiccated mountain?
Sure.
I would. You didn't invite
Seriously, need
me.
to start farming mobs again.
I mean,
'cause
you could
just...
come look if you like.
Okay.
I don't know if you take much intrigue in it.
I mean, I'd like to see what you've been up to in general.
I just want XP.
I've
I was
been
at
digging.
27.
I mean,
Always digging.
I could like grab all your diamonds and,
I would appreciate it if you didn't do that.
but I could use.
Is it at the mountain rim? I mean, is it at the little hole you made?
So it is between my hole and the docks.
Someone farmed all our crops and didn't replant them.
I'm moving the farm.
Oh, okay.
They're like the where the windows look out on the next to Flat Island. I'm moving the farm over there.
Will it be in the same dimensions?
What do you mean dimension? No, it's going to be different dimensions.
What? So it's not going to have like a water
Just
puddle in the
look
middle?
at it before you judge it. It looks
Well, I mean,
great.
I built them and I built them that way and I wanted it to stay that way, but
Wow, the efficiency is so much better. Wow, I really care.
I
fine then. I'll make my own then. I saw your thing. Interesting, Ren.
wow.
No, I'll look around. Where are you?
Nice.
I mean, the main thing that's of any interest at the moment is just how far I have dug down this entire
I know.
mountain.
Did you do a screenshot of the mountain beforehand and afterwards?
Well, I haven't dug it all the way on one side, so you can see how tall I used to be.
Oh,
I'm gonna
That's
make
not
my
a
own
perfect
farm
thing.
then, since Halo just wants to destroy.
With Jack Black.
I didn't
hookers.
destroy. I'm going to move the farm over here.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be in the same dimensions. I liked it the way it was.
Why? Why is it so important? Because you can. Because
It's the highest efficiency one.
Wow, and that's important because
Because we want more crop yields.
we can.
I'm gonna replant this
I
stuff.
literally made fields with dirt blocks. It's
Why are
not
there
a
so
problem.
many Endermen?
Why is that? Why is that so bloody important?
Because a water puddle can only wet blocks that are 4 blocks away from it.
And that's
So one single in the center with 4 blocks around it
and
uses up the land well.
and once again, and you can make land yourself. I'm still not seeing why I should care about destroying your farm.
It should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 by 10.
Wow, I don't care. Tell me why I should care about this.
Well, then I'm gonna dig this up and I'm gonna replant it somewhere else.
I just don't understand why I should care. So
Because it's high efficiency that way.
it's more efficient if we can have like structures closer to our main area and farmland farther away.
Yeah,
where
I
we
don't
can-
mind that. It's just that you're just gonna dig it up
No,
and not do
no.
it like it was.
No, it's because it's like literally. I don't see why your efficiency is any more valuable than my efficiency. If you're arguing efficiency here, I don't understand.
Well, because it's using up the land the best way it can.
I think your farm is using up the land.
No,
and-
you can put it somewhere else.
And
I don't care.
And I've moved the farm
It's just
to
that you're
an
not
area
gonna do it in the same dimensions.
Exactly is the point of the
Yeah.
argument.
because
What is the like? So,
because
Forrest,
he's
your
bitching-
point is why did he move it somewhere else without
No.
maintaining the efficiency?
Yeah, he's not gonna rebuild it in the same dimensions.
Okay. And that is important because you
Because
would
it
prefer
means
it to have
that-
maximum efficiency and therefore maximum yield.
Yeah.
Alright? Halo, what is your grievance?
that he's bitching.
Okay, well, he's already said his piece. Do you care if he makes it more efficient where you've rebuilt it to?
What is that? His question or my question?
I'm asking you, Halo. If Horse comes by and just remakes what you've just done to make it slightly more efficient, do you care if it's in the same place?
I mean, I was moving the farm in order to build houses where the farms used to
Yeah,
be.
I know, but to the new place that you've moved the farm to.
Are you saying
If
if I built it in
the
same-
location where you've put them to now
Yeah.
is more efficient, like
Mhm.
if it is made in the efficient configuration,
Right.
does that matter to you? Do you care if that's done?
No, I wouldn't care, but I'm not doing it.
Then fine. Horse, you can go by and fix it later.
If it's really super important to you.
The argument is now solved.
Yeah.
You know,
I got a feather.
just-
I don't know where I got that from.
they wanted to collect all the seeds here.
I believe Halo has collected all of the old seeds. I assume so.
Almost
Well, I'm
all.
gonna
There's a
Make
couple.
my own plots over there by the castle.
Oh, I didn't know there was wheat
You
seeds.
could do
in
that
the
as
chest.
well if that's your choice.
I didn't know there was
Yeah.
wheat seeds in these chests. I didn't notice the chests until afterwards. That was annoying. Okay, so horse.
One of the things about arguments that people sometimes fuck up is that you need to remember why it started and what the actual goal is.
Sure.
Otherwise, you're just gonna keep arguing.
I don't recall forgetting myself, but I'm not accusing you of saying
I'm
I did.
just consider it a general statement.
Yeah.
It's something I generally have to deal with people. Like, you know, when I used to argue with a lot of Christians, I'd be like, "What was your original statement? Why do you think that we're continuing to argue? Because you've agreed on so many points I've said, and every time you've moved the goalposts again.
Yeah.
What is your position?"
That happens a lot when I argue with people, especially online. But I will give Horse credit. He did not move the goalposts. He remained on his single point.
Just needed to reevaluate and have everything set.
Yeah, as I said before, how do you plant mushrooms? How do you grow like more mushrooms and farm them, basically?
They grow in dark areas, basically.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the specifics.
I've planted seeds of mushrooms, but they don't give off any more seeds when I've done it in my own games.
So mushrooms are just mushrooms. You plant a mushroom on like some indoor stone in a dim lit area that it doesn't have very good lighting, and then it will gradually multiply.
Gradually multiply by itself.
So
Okay.
a block nearby it will just develop another mushroom.
Yeah, again, I've definitely done that, and it doesn't seem to have done what you've just described.
You do need
So-
to stay near a farm for it to actually tick.
Oh no!
If you're not close by to something, the game won't check it.
The area where I've planted the seed has grown into a mushroom, but it hasn't expanded beyond that single mushroom
I'm
plant.
curious what you mean. Where are you at?
I mean, I'm talking about my own Minecraft experience. Like
It is
one
what did you do? Did you plant a mushroom and then what? What environment did you plant the mushroom
I
in?
did, in fact, plant it in the dim area, and it grew a single mushroom from that single mushroom seed.
There aren't mushroom seeds in Minecraft.
There's a mushroom seed.
You know, I think if you put them in a dark area and wait for a bit, maybe they'll make more mushrooms
I'm
alongside
gonna
it.
look this up because I've never heard of this.
We have 3 of them in our chest right now. Oh, I stand corrected. It says melon, not mushroom. That's my dyslexia fault.
Oh, were you trying to ask about melons this whole time?
No. I was asking about mushrooms, but now that I know these are melon seeds, I will plant these.
So, in this game, the way mushrooms work is that you pick up a mushroom.
Yeah.
You can plant a mushroom. It doesn't have. You don't have to till a soil for it.
Yeah.
It's not a seed. You just place it on like a stone in a dimly lit cave, and then it will multiply over time.
Yeah, I have done
And
that.
if you did specifically that, then I'm not really sure why it didn't multiply. They are kind of slow.
This was mushrooms, right?
This was asking about mushrooms. Yes.
Was it out of curiosity, which color was it?
I believe it was
The brown ones?
I think it was both kinds, brown and red.
Oh, okay.
None of them really expanded.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'll eventually show you a screenshot of the area I'm talking about. Probably not right now for a very long time.
It might end up being that it's just too light or not light enough. It's supposed to have like dim light.
Ah. I mean, there was plenty of directions for it to grow of different light conditions, so I don't know. Maybe I was just unlucky.
It's been a long time since I've done a mushroom farm, so my memories ain't too good.
Right. Where should I plant the melons?
Vixie, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
What can we use melons for, by the way?
Food.
That
and
food.
Crafting glistening melon, which I believe is sort of like golden
Pretty
apples.
strong food, isn't it? Listening melon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, I'm really trying not to make any comments about Vixie having glistening melons. I'm trying.
We understand.
Are you still here, Vixie?
Objectifying women
Yeah.
is a difficult thing not to do.
I mean,
I'm
they are
reorganizing. I'm reorganizing the chest.
Good idea. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build out Matt's tunnel into like an actual path. That way I can dig down the mountain without fucking up his whole setup.
God damn it, you got Vixie singing Secret Tunnel.
Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel.
We all remember
Through the mountains.
We all remember
Secret tunnel.
Avatar's least good episode, yes.
That's my favorite.
I'll be honest, I've watched all of the original Avatar. I don't remember that.
Well,
You
they
don't
were
remember
going
that?
through a secret tunnel, you see. And
God
they
damn it.
had to sing a song with a bunch of, what are they called it, hippies, about the secret tunnel, you see.
Which nation were the hippies?
Earth Nation.
Earth?
Alright. Hmm.
It was when
I-
they were. It was before they met Toph, but they were heading towards the.
Pass and say.
Yeah.
Alright. I guess it's just been a long time since I've watched it as well.
God
And
damn
it's
it.
also the
Almost-
first time they mentioned the Badgers.
Yeah. It's the one where Aang and Katara almost kissed for the first time. And it's like, yeah, wow. They're gonna be a thing. Yay.
I cannot for your puny human romance. I mean, I would, but nobody's offered me a place in it, so instead I'm just grumpy about it.
You grumpy.
I am. Why no one fuck Rem?
You mad, bro?
Oh, fuck off! Okay, somebody fucked Rem. It was
Yeah,
a
I was
creeper.
about
The
to say
creeper wanted to fuck Rim.
The creeper fucked right.
He didn't do it the fun way I like.
He just
He
exploded.
touched
He's like,
none
"You
of
fucked
my
up my
inside."
shit. He didn't fuck me.
But there was an explosion involved. So. Ow. Ow. So...
I keep losing like 20 to 30 levels because a creeper spawns behind me.
Yeah, every time you... I don't know. Maybe you should just try to use the experience.
The other time